Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer, no, we never walk alone. We dominate, the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one and one for all. Pass a move, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, 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 it's the Liverpool crew.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. It's a very, very busy week for Liverpool. 2 games, 2 signings, 2 draws to talk about. It's all happening and we love it. Going to dive right into it because, like I say, there's literally fucking tons to talk about. Brentford, 2 goals, clean sheet. Perfect start of the season, really, innit? 2 wins. I'd say 2 clean sheets, 4 goals. Couldn't have gone much better.
Yeah, there was not really a time against Brentford where we didn't feel like we were going to win. As soon as the first goal went in, we were comfortable, but I thought it was just like it was a bit of a breeze. We attacked and attacked and attacked. We had chances off set pieces. We created chances. We just looked dead good going forward, and it was nice to watch. Felt like there weren't that much pressure on us, and I think that's the beauty of this season is that no one's expecting us to do anything. Everyone's going to expect us to slip at every single hurdle, and as far as I'm concerned, I'll be happy week by week. We just keep plodding on and winning.
Yeah. No, I think it kind of made it feel like a pre-season game, I thought. Just seemed nice and easy. The players were relaxed. Had lots of Brentford, I think, didn't do themselves any favour. They gave us a lot of time on the ball, and the way we like to play by the looks of it is obviously drawing the opposition in. So we won a lot of the ball. Like felt like they kind of played into our hands a little bit, but obviously we've still got to do the job going forward, and we did. And I think, you talk about the first goal. One thing we were saying in pre-season was how much more clinical Diaz was looking, and I think that goal showed it. I don't think last season he scores that.
No, I don't even think he gets it on, gets his shots off, because he's always trying to turn players and that, isn't he? Chuck it right through. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish. The counter-attack for me, I was just in awe of it. It brought back memories of when it started working under Jürgen and you could see the signs of what was happening. And obviously it's a slightly new style of play. But yeah, it gave me a nice feeling. It's just thought in my heart that Ed's are back, and it was great. Just the counter-attack was brilliant. But what a moment I loved in the game is where they counter-attacked us and we had 8 players back. And they tried to break, and before we knew it, our box was full. And we had 3 players running at the ball, and I just thought that's what we need to be seeing week in, week out. And I think we're all moaning about signings and midfielders and that, but the midfielders at the minute, they look brilliant. They look absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, they do. The 3 that have started so far, obviously Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai. Obviously out of the 3 of them, I think realistically you can only say McAllister had a good season last season. Obviously Szoboszlai showed glimpses at the start and then kind of nosedived quite significantly, I thought, towards the end of the season. Gravenberch, I think, don't really had a proper chance to get going last season. Now he's been given a big role in the 6, although as we've said, we don't really play with a 6 at the minute, it seems. But he's been given that job, and he's doing a fantastic job there at the minute. And as I've said before, like, he could be the solution to our problems, at least short term, at the very least.
Yeah, and as we have said, we don't play with a designated 6, so there's not a lot of pressure on them to have to win the ball back all the time. That's what the defence is for in the system. But we've got 2 in the double pivot, as people say.
Yeah.
My head in all that. But no, we've got 2 sat there in line with each other, and then you've got your more attacking player in Szoboszlai. But the 3 of them, it looks like they rotate a little bit, and there's times where Szoboszlai is the one winning the ball back in our half, and then McAllister, then Gravenberch. So between them, they're just all doing a job. They're all working hard. They're grafting their arms off. But as soon as they get the ball, it's not a simple sideways pass or just go backwards. It's to get on the front foot and make something happen. And that's the beauty of playing with midfielders like that. And, I say we love Enzo. Enzo's there to be the warrior and to win you the ball back and get you possession, then play your 5-yard pass to someone who's a bit better going forward. But with these 3, it's just a case of press them till they cock up, get the ball back, nick it off them, and we're on. we're on for an attack, and I just think it's say we played two games we should have really won, and we have won. The second half against Ipswich was comfortable, and the majority of the game against Brentford was comfortable. So can't grumble at all. There's just early signs, like you're waiting for the teething problems and you're waiting for the little issues. And I know Sunday's going to be an eye opener of where we are actually at this moment, but you can't grumble whatsoever.
No, and you say we've had 2 games that we should have won, and yet we should have won, and thankfully we did. But how many games last season, the last couple of seasons, have we had where we've gone, right, we should be winning this, and then we'll go a goal behind, or we'll labour to a draw, or we'll just about nick a win or something like that. There wasn't a lot of games in the last couple of seasons where we've sort of comfortably beat the teams that we should be beating. Our best results have been coming against, better teams, let's say.
Yeah.
You look at last season, one of our best results was Chelsea, who, all right, they had a bad season, but ordinarily, you'd expect to struggle against the Chelsea team with the 97 million players they've got to choose from. So the fact that we're winning them so comfortably and not looking like it's, as I say, looking like it's a bit of a pre-season game at times is a welcome change for me.
Yeah, and I think, like, I know Ipswich had a few chances, but we could have scored 3 or 4 there, and the same with Brentford. We're dangerous off set pieces again. We're winning headers in other players' boxes and getting shots on target, and that's what you want to see. The amount of times, like last season, we'd get into the second half and we hadn't had a shot. You're like, I just don't understand what the desire is for the football. But
yeah,
win the ball back as fast as you can and get on the front foot and make something happen. And you've got the players to do it. We've discussed individuals at length over and over again. But again, Mo Salah just looks like he's 5 years younger again.
He does.
Being allowed to run free, like the wind blows. But he's allowed to just do what Mo Salah does and be in them dangerous areas. There's no point playing him out wide with no help when he gets the ball and he has to then pass into midfield and there's nothing going on. He's making them down and runs in behind again. And I think where we've lacked is that winning the ball back, like with Wijnaldum and Fabinho, and getting that ball back and then getting it straight on the move. And if we're like that in other games, like, people can't live with us because the gap's too big between defenders and midfielders and our players. So, and that was our struggle last season, that we were finding that the gap between our players and their attackers was too big. So when we did get counter-attacked, we were struggling. This season just seems, it's early days, like, but it just seems like that little minor issue that cost us points last season has been nullified and fixed. So if it continues, happy days. But I think Sunday's going to be one of them games where it could be like, oh, fucking hell, it is early days. Let's calm down a bit, or the Reds are back and see how we go.
Yeah. Now, I do agree with that, and obviously we'll touch on the United game a bit towards the end. We'll finish off with that, but I think what I've noticed a lot with this new system at the minute is we're seeing a different side of players. Like, I don't think any of us last season would have said that Gravenberch could do the sort of defensive job that he's been doing in the first 2 games. But I think another one for me is Jota. Like, with that first goal on Sunday, the way he's picked the ball up and ran with it, you wouldn't have got Jota doing that under Klopp. He was playing, he had a different role to play under Klopp. He wasn't the one who'd pick the ball up and run with it. He was the one you wanted to be a poacher of sorts. But the fact, like, I didn't realise he was that fast. Like, the way he broke away, I was quite surprised about it.
That pass as well is, like, ridiculous. It's brilliant.
It's perfect.
It just, it sounds to perfection, but it bamboozled the 2 defenders.
Credit to Diaz as well, though, because it's that run. Like, obviously, it needs him to make that run that way, because I don't think the defenders were expecting it. And so, as soon as he's gone the opposite way and the pass has gone, he's through, and it was just, it was perfect.
Just so clever. And, I've seen people, like, passing, since we've been linked with players and signing players and whatever, people are starting to turn a little bit on current players, and seen people saying Nunes wouldn't have made that pass or whatever. You don't know. It depends what Nunes turns up there.
Yeah.
But, people think Jota's got a really, like, Robbie Fowler-esque footy brain, as well as being, like, brilliant in the box. That's why I can only compare him to him, because he's brilliant in the box. if it falls to one player in the box, it's got to be Jota. You know it. 9 times out of 10, it's going in. But when he's not in the box, he offers so much more as well. And he's one of them players that if he's having a quiet game, he doesn't let it frustrate him. He doesn't go hiding. He'll just pick up where he left off on like the 78th minute and then just turn up with a shot or a goal or make something happen. So, yeah, I think when you look at the squad depth, it's so fickle football, isn't it? You look at the squad depth and you go, no, we've only got Jota and Nunes there, we've only got Gakpo and Diaz there, and we've only got Salah there. But then you see the new lads in and you see the pictures with the 6 of them and you go, fuck me, that's brilliant, isn't it? That is good. When you look at it that way, we only play 3 of them. There should never really be a time where the 3 of them are injured. We know that Gakpo can rotate on the left and the right and the centre. Jota can probably do the same. Diaz can probably do the same. Nunes can probably do the same. So we're fortunate enough in that sense that if we do have any knocks in the front 3, we can rotate. You've got Salah can play left, right, or centre as well. So it's not ideal, but when you look at the pictures of them and you go, there can't be many better than the league, if any.
No, it's crazy, isn't it? And you're probably right. I think maybe barring City, but then I don't think they've quite got the depth that we have up front, which is probably the one place they don't have as much depth, in fairness. But Arsenal are crying out for a striker. United are crying just out for anyone who'll join them. So yeah, no, it's mad, and obviously again we'll come on to the new lads in a minute, but the amount we've got him for the new lad is just criminal, to be honest. And again, we'll touch on it more in a minute. But you're right, when you look at the front 6 now that it is, and you look at it, it's just on paper you think to yourself, what the fucking hell have we assembled here? Like it's just madness. And credit to Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, because they've took a lot of shit off fans that they probably haven't seen, in fairness, but a lot of shit's been going on about them on social media and stuff like that, and they've obviously had a plan in there somewhere, and it probably hasn't. They probably haven't wanted it to be left until this long, but fucking hell, they've pulled that one out the bag. And if I don't think they're done, I think there's another signing to be done. I don't know who or where they're going to play, but I think there's another one to be done. And if they can pull it off and end this week with 3 signings, mate, fucking fair play to them.
It's mad because like the 2 signings we've got, we don't necessarily need. We could have done with a left back, a centre back, and a centre mid. But I'm not saying an out and out 6 either, because we don't play with that role. We need someone who can get on the ball and play footy. But if there's no one available, what can you do? Like the media aren't aware every single player we've spoke about. There's not a chance. We must have spoke to agents and gone, what's the situation here? Oh, he's got a 4-year contract. He's going to cost you 100 mil. No chance, sound. Thanks. I've got a weird feeling the Zubimendi deal's not dead. Got a strange feeling about that. I think we'll hang him out to sweat a little bit and then maybe go back in late on. But I'm not really interested. I think the business we've done so far in the terms of the excitement and the price has been spot on. I'd love it if we just went all balls out for Anthony Gordon and Brandon just to see them blow up. But again, no, if Joe Gomez stays, we don't necessarily need a centre half now.
No.
We don't. And then I don't think we necessarily need a left back either, because he can do that as well. So I think the squad depth, we don't give the credit to the players who are versatile enough. If you could put Joe Gomez down, you'd have him in 4 positions across the back and in midfield if we needed them. So I think if you use Gomez in 4 positions, our squad depth looks a lot better. But no, I think we should keep him. Unless if he goes, then we 100% need to go and get a left back and a centre back. 100%, because he covers them areas. Midfield's my only worry in terms of the transfer window, in case we do get an injury, because as well, how good they're playing now, if Gravenberch, McAllister or Szoboszlai gets injured, I don't think Jones and Elliott are offering what they're offering at the minute. The different kettle. So I think we could do with another quality centre mid, but I'm happy.
Yeah. No, overall, I am, to be honest. And I think, you know, the deals we've made it allows Ben Doak to go out on loan. I think he's going to Hull. I think I've seen, Carvalho done well there last season. So did Tyler Morton, who honestly, it looks like he's going to be staying, which surprises me massively. But at the same time, like people are going, so Pachetic is obviously going on loan to Salzburg, going to Linders, made up. That's happening. Good link up for him. People are going. I'm surprised. It should be Morton going out on loan and Pachetic staying. And I'm the only one thinking, seemingly, it shouldn't be. It should be Tyler Morton staying. Tyler Morton's just come off the back of 2 very good campaigns where he's played the full season practically. Stefan Pacetic is just coming off a season where he's been injured the entire one. Like, logically thinking about it, it should be Morton that stays and gets games, and it should be Pacetic going out and getting a loan to get more game time, because we can't guarantee it for him because he's coming back from a long-term injury. To me, that makes more sense, in all honesty.
Because if the club believe Morton's going to stay and play, but again, it's a squad filler for the likes of the Carabao Cup, and that you need players. That's another worry is of our squad's very, very thin, isn't it? It's very thin. And
with the amount of youngsters we've kind of let go,
brilliant youngsters that we had, that we could field in a 3rd round or whatever. You go, they could win. Now we might have to start our starting 11 every fucking game. You've got no one.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah, but it's one of them. There's a reason for it. I don't think for 1 minute like Slot just come in and gone, he's getting I don't like you. He must see potential in them to loan them out, and he mustn't see enough in the ones he sold. So one of them.
Yeah.
Just part and parcel of the game. Lad, unfortunately, we've seen these kids grow up at Liverpool under Klopp, and we wanted to see them do well. But the reality is, you can't keep playing. You can't play all the kids all the time. So they do need to move on to, once you get to like the age of 20 and that, if you're not playing every week, you've got to, and I think a lot of them would have been given that option as well. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go on loan, or do you think you'd be best going? And I think, like the Carvalho, you can see in his attitude straight away, I want to be loved and all that. You've got to earn being loved.
Yeah.
Don't just be loved. You've got to earn.
No. Yeah, you're probably right, lad. You're probably right. Just to sort of circle back before we touch on transfers in a bit more depth, obviously, back to the Brentford game, Salah's goal, the way he's took it. I mean, you've just watched it before we started recording here. The way he's took it, I said to you, it's a bit like it's like a FIFA finesse finish, innit? The way he's opened his foot out and just he sort of dinked it and curled it at the same time. It was just a fabulous finish, but great work from Szoboszlai, winning the ball in the midfield, showing his strength, hold off the defender, and then getting the ball out to Diaz. I thought he was off the whole time, I'll be honest, like when I was watching it live. I thought he was offside.
He's just
he is.
I love that in that passage of play there from Szoboszlai touching the ball. I think another 2 or 3 players touched the ball before Salah.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai dinks it to someone who dinks it to McAllister. Diaz to McAllister through, and then he just turns and goal. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's how quick you can do it. And then the first goal, what was it, like 11 seconds from there?
11 seconds, yeah.
Bizarre, lad. That's what we've been. That's what we've been seeing. That reminded me of United when Salah scored that goal, when it was just their attack, bang, go with it and see what happens. It's just boss to watch. I love it.
Yeah, it is. And then obviously, we nearly scored the greatest goal I've ever seen in my life when Salah picks it up out wide, passes it into, I don't even know who, passes it inside, gets it back, passes it inside again, gets it back again, passes it inside, little touch around the corner to him.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, unbelievable. And again, I feel like, you said it last episode, we kind of lost our identity a bit last season. We wouldn't have played that move. Obviously, it didn't come off, but it was a joy to watch. I don't think we would have played that move the way we did last season.
That's what I mean. I just think players, and it's nothing to do with Klopp or whatever, but I think players just get a little bit of a freshen up, and they start getting a bit more confidence in themselves, and they want to try new things. And if this manager's saying, listen, if you get the ball before you go backwards, look forward first, see what you can do, instead of, because last season was a lot of backwards passing and going back to the goalie and games you were getting beat and stuff, and so it was a bit crazy. So yeah, it's nice to have an identity. Say that first half against Ipswich, I didn't know where our identity was. We looked the exact same as last season, but to be able to turn it on and go through gears, that's something we haven't done for the last season. We haven't really had gears. We were just like, we concede in the first half, and then we'd pick up a little bit in the second half. But say that then passages of play and then spells of football we're playing, it is a joy to watch, and hopefully it continues, lad, and it's not just like a heat of the moment, all the players are excited thing. I think the talent's showing, the players you've got there is showing. I think that's a lot of the reason why we haven't signed many players, is because it's hard to make that squad better. I think we can improve on the depth, and that's about it. But we've got rid of all our depth, so we might want it.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, lad. I think, everyone was fuming when we didn't get Zubimendi because, and then we're not getting another number 6 or another midfielder, and everyone's like, I can't. So you're telling me only Zubimendi is good enough for the team? Like, I don't think that's what they're saying at all. But there's 2 boxes you've got to tick to play for Liverpool at this moment in time. Are you available and are you good enough? And the majority of the players who tick the good enough box aren't available because at the ceiling to get in this squad, well, not the ceiling, but the floor to get in this squad is so high that just because they're available, most of them aren't good enough for our level, and that's the thing. So Zubimendi was one of the ones we thought was available, and he was until he decided to be swayed by a PowerPoint presentation, and he was, but he was good enough. But that's what I mean. He ticked both boxes until obviously we know the reason. His wife and his family and all that wanted to stay where they are, which you'd understand. So that's fair enough. But everyone's going, Tchouaméni and whoever else they're saying. It's like Tchouaméni is absolutely good enough, but he's not available unless we go Real Madrid. Here's 100 million, and we're not going to do that. So
that is the thing, though, is that people have seen the likes of Man City and Chelsea and even United do that and lay players in, and we just don't do it. We haven't done it for years. It's not something we do. I said that to you, I think, on the last one. We're not bullies in the market. We don't throw our weight around. We're too polite for businessmen. But I think why, if you really like a player, then you wait a year or 2 and you get him for next to nothing. It's not great at the moment, but if you're getting a player who's like only say 22, 23, and you can wait a year or 2, like the signing we just made now at 22, he's rated one of the best players in the world, and everyone wants him, and everyone we're linked to him then as well, and everyone was excited about it. But you wait a bit. You wait till the value drops, and you wait till the contract's nearly over, and then you get them for nothing, and then everyone's excited like this because your business and your team have done something dead shrewd. Where if it doesn't work, no one's asked.
Yeah,
literally no one's asked. But it's we're just smart in the market, lad. Like, how have we just sold Carvalho for 25 odd mil? How?
Mad, isn't it?
In what world? I don't get it. And like, what, Clark for 10, 12 mil, was it?
Yeah.
Kids you haven't played. It's mad. But I don't know.
Vandenberg for 20 mil as well.
Obviously, you're buying into the potential, aren't you? And that's the thing, though, with it. When clubs are spending 10, 20 mil, again, if it doesn't really work out for them, it's not like they broke the bank and ruined their fucking finances for it. But I just don't see the point in going out spending 100 mil for players with huge expectations. We've done that with the likes of Naby Keita and that. There's world-class players who become available, like your Alissons and your Salahs. But at that moment in time, when we go out and get them, and Virgil van Dijk, they're nowhere near the level they are as us now.
Yeah.
We weren't watching them and going, they're going to take us to these levels. We just thought, it's going to be a fun ride. Didn't expect how good we were going to make them and how good they were going to be. So, unless you're buying actual world-class talent that's fully proven and can't fail, this club's not spending 100 mil on it, and I agree with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, the 2 signings we have made, obviously, one we're not going to see until next season in Mamardashvili, but they're exactly what they've been described as opportunistic signings. You know, Mamadashvili, you know, we've paid, I think it's worked out 25 mil plus like 4 million add-ons or something. Like, and he's going to be one of the best in the world in a couple of years. From what I've heard and like when I spoke with Luca from Georgian Footy the other day, you know, he was saying the one thing he does need to work on a bit is his distribution and like with the ball at his feet. But like, you know, for 23, he's Valencia number one. He's obviously Georgia number one. He's just come off the back of a very, very good Euros when his value should have really skyrocketed. To get him for the price we have, obviously not coming into next season, I'd say, but to pay that price for him is astonishing, to be honest, because you look at how much we paid for Alisson at the time. You look at how much Chelsea paid for Kepa at that time. They paid 80 million euros for Kepa, and now he's going to Bournemouth for a fucking an Oasis ticket. It's crazy in the market, and in the market especially the way it is, it's ridiculous to get him for that price.
So I've only seen him in the Euros, lad, so I can't really comment on him. But you know, the clips I have seen and the compilations and that of him, he's a brilliant shot stopper. He's good when it doesn't look like he can get to the ball. He makes some fantastic saves. He not a showboater, but makes some saves where you think, oh, that was for the camera, which is always good. Yeah, he looks assured off corners and stuff like that. I haven't seen much of his distribution, so that must be something he needs to work on. But again, at that age, coming in, even I said, if you were getting a backup keeper for 25 mil, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. If he becomes a backup keeper for 5 years, you're not batting an eyelid because it's 25 mil. You're not. Yeah. You know what I mean? If we had have gone out and we judged him based on the Euros and not what he's done with his club, and we gone, oh, we fucking like the look of him, dead excited, 50 mil. Like we would have done years ago. That's what we would have done years ago under the likes of Kenny Dalglish and that. Just, he's had a brilliant tournament. Go and get him now. 50 years our first offer, 50 mil, and they're laughing their way to the bank going, oh yeah, go ahead, get 60. Okay then, yeah. But no, we're just smart in the business, and again, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But we're Adzi and gone, we're gonna need another backup keeper. So that's where I'm seeing him. I'm not seeing him. I love that Alisson's come out and said, you know, he was included in the conversations sort of thing. It was discussed with him. How do you feel about it? And that's put us in good stead with Alisson. You know, he said he wants to stay here for many years. So, you know, he's got another 5 years.
Well, I thought his contract was up. Not summer coming, summer after, but it's actually, I believe, 2027. So his contract situation is okay for now. I'd still like to throw an extension at him and say, you know, stay till fucking 2030 or something. But right now, I think we're fairly comfortable with him there. But obviously, it's the other three that we need to sort out. But I think they get done, to be honest, lad. I really do. I've said it all along. I think they're doing the dealings in the transfer window. They're letting it happen, let it play out however it plays out. Once the transfer window's done, they switch their attentions to the contracts.
I think personally, Salah said something today that I don't think he's going to sign.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
In his quote today, he says, let's enjoy the last one instead of the next one. So he's like,
didn't he just say, let's enjoy the season?
No, let's enjoy this last one, is the last quote that he says. But I've only seen it in words. I haven't seen him say it.
See, I didn't see that. All I seen was he said, I'm not really thinking about it at the minute. I'm enjoying my football, and let's just enjoy the season. I didn't see anything about the last one myself.
This last season is what it says on the thing. Definitely, 100%.
I still think he'll sign.
But we should be making him to feel like a king. He should feel like a king. We should be bowing down to him and going, listen, give us 2 years, sign for 2 years on the same money as you're on now or whatever. And I know it's business, but sometimes, lad, you've got to put business aside and you've got to go, what's this fucking fella done for us? What's this fella done for us? He's even if he's sat on the bench in his third year and he's coming on for 10 minutes and he's still on like 150 grand or whatever, so be it. He's fucking earned it. He's absolutely earned it.
Yeah, he has.
Same with Virgil. You know, Virgil is a squad. If he becomes a squad player in 2 or 3 years, but as you said on the last one, lad, Pepe was fucking playing till he was 40
Yeah.
Euros and that.
He's literally only just retired this summer,
like fucking hell. If you can play at that level, you can be that good. The only thing with Van Dijk is, under the last few seasons, he has had a drop off. So I don't know whether that's something they're looking at, but he hasn't looked remotely fucking phased by anything this season.
Yeah.
And he's our club captain. Look, you're looking for the Salah quote now.
I am, yeah. I'm just because I haven't seen any of it properly, to be honest. So
I only read
but
one thing.
I'm just seeing it here, yeah.
The last thing is he says this.
I don't want to think about next year or the future. Let's enjoy the last year, and we'll see. I think it's just because he's entering the last year of his contract. So I think he's just saying, let's enjoy the last year. I don't know. It'll get people will be cryptic about it and all that. You know, I think it is just him saying, being a bit too literal with it. Like, let's just enjoy the last year and see what happens. Can't think, but I think it gets done, lad. I think it does. I think, you know, he said his kids are Scousers and that. It's like we just can't let him go. Like, can we? Let's be honest.
Like I'd love, even like with Mane, we offered Mane a contract and it was out in the open that he declined our offer. And we weren't going to enter negotiations again. We offered him. He said no. He wanted to move. Now if Salah said that, and we could, I can't be asked with it getting to January, February, and then fucking the going. It can't be done. We can't agree terms. It starts to fizzle out, and then you're losing one of the best players you ever played with the club. Fucking with 3 months' notice. Do you know what I mean? So I think the club need to at least try. You know, if he starts moneyballing and goes, I still want me 200 grand, and they offer 150, and it's all like that, then they mightn't agree. But I think the club should just offer what he wants. I don't think he's that type of person to have many demands. I think he just wants what he's worth, and at this moment, I think he's still one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
And he still gets mad numbers, and he still will get mad numbers. So
I said the other week, lad, when I was talking about it on Twitter, I said, if we have to break the wage structure for him, fucking break it. I don't give a fuck. Like, he deserves it.
He does. But that's the thing, that once one does it, then the business model's fucked, and you do end up like Chelsea or Man City and that. You know, I don't know where. Years ago, we had a wage structure where you got a basic pay, and then it was all like based on distance covered and shots and shit like that. Yeah. Now, obviously, as you're getting older, if your basic wage is dead low because you're not going to be playing and you haven't got the game time, you're not given the opportunity to reach the high mark, then I understand it, like not wanting to be interested in signing. But if you make the basic wage, say, round figure, 100 grand, and you can get up to 200 grand based on playing, you're happy with 100 grand sat on the bench, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%.
But 100%. No, just got to just see how it goes, lad. But what the main thing for me is that they're all playing with a smile on their face. It doesn't seem to be getting to anyone. No one feels let down. Barring Trent, fucking miserable bastard.
Didn't bother me that, by the way. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, lad, he's been took off in a game. He wanted to stay on. I say it all the time. If players go off smiling because they've been brought off, you know, unless it's like fucking 4-5-0 and you've scored a hat-trick, you're fuming. You want to play every second of every game.
Yeah.
I think they all back themselves in fantasy footy as well, lad. So he's but no, you know, there was spells in the game where he got a lot he was on the ball a lot, and they all want to individually perform well and hit their own little targets as well, lad. So I understand. Fucking don't get the little bit with Jota at the end where Jota could have just been chatting shit in his ear that he couldn't be arsed with, though. He could be bored and stuff. But
Jota could have been like, you're getting on FIFA tonight, then, lad. And he's like, lad, swear it, go away.
Yeah, just go away, lad. Just fucking play footy. But no, it doesn't interest me, none of that shit. I love seeing players with a cop on. There's nothing worse than seeing like players make a mistake or come off the pitch and they're made up about it. You're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm all for that. It was
load of nothing for me.
Slot mentioned it, hasn't he? Says it doesn't even again. That's it.
But that's what I like as well, lad, is, you know, Slot, you know, there was the bit with Quansah in the first game and then Trent this last game, and Slot hasn't been bothered. He's just come out and addressed it straight away, put it to bed, and I love that.
I love that Slot just said though. There was 7 players on the bench who weren't happy with me before the game.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucking class. That's a brilliant way to analyse, isn't it?
yeah.
At least
And to
you're
make it
mad.
even better, he absolutely rinsed Jamie Carragher. So that was funny.
Do you know what? I've only seen the first bit where he goes like, "Does anyone listen to him?" And
Yeah.
then goes behind him, but I haven't seen the rest. I'll have to find.
No,
it.
it's just he's walking over to join them. Carragher's saying whatever he's saying, and Kelly's just looking at Slot, waiting to give him the mic, and Carragher goes, "You're not even listening to me," and he just walks over, and the first thing he says, "Does anybody ever listen to him?" And Carragher goes, "Haha, there it is. There's the meme," and he just goes and he pretends to put the mic down and walk away. But like he's like what I love about it is he's very clearly adapting to like the culture and like the banter over here straight away. Obviously, every country's got banter, but it's going to be different in different countries. You know what I mean? And he gets it straight away over here. He's integrating himself properly into it all.
It must be hard as well, lad. Like fucking hell, you've got to have a media thing before games, after games, fucking in between. Sometimes it's crazy. You can't just concentrate on your footy team. It's mad.
I know.
But he's dealing with it well. Dealing with it dead well.
Yeah.
I like Ray Swallow today as well. Dead shite live on the telly.
Oh, he's boss, isn't he? Yeah. So obviously we followed up the Marmadashvili deal on I think that was Tuesday. It got announced, and then
Say his
today
name.
Marmadashvili.
How are you just throwing that out like that, lad?
Because it's not even hard. It's just it's like just look at it and read it, and that's how it's said. Like it's a needed Georgie Marmadashvili. Easy piece of piss. So yeah, obviously, as I say, we followed up that deal with someone we have already mentioned a little bit. Federico Chiesa joined officially today. 10 mil. Signed the same deal basically. He had at Juve apparently same wages, which is about 81 grand a week. 10 mil less than 100 grand a week is fucking phenomenal business.
I want to look at us. I'm not really asked actually, but a few Blues are sending me in that he was on 200 grand a week at Juventus and 150 grand and that. So I want to see what his wage is, but it doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me. I think if he gets 10 contributions for 10 mil, happy days.
Yeah,
you're not bothered whatsoever. It's not a risk.
No, and I was saying that the thing is with this deal, I think he's a name that's been linked for a few years now with us, and I think we've probably earmarked him at the start of the window as someone who we can look to bring in, and they've obviously knew his contract was running down. Juventus made it very clear he wasn't going to be offered a new deal. And so we've waited until the very end of the window when Juventus have been desperate to sell, and we've gone in there and got ourselves a bargain. I think it's absolutely, I said yesterday, it's like 4D chess from Liverpool. It's absolutely it's an excellent way of doing business, in all honesty. Like we said, we were going to be opportunistic, but that's taking the piss.
But as well, I think that the fact that Barcelona thought they had him and couldn't get it over the line because the finances and that, we've just swooped in. Like it was.
I mean, they couldn't even get Bajcetic because of the finances.
It was a bit like Zubamendi, though. It was like,
yeah.
He's going to choose Barca or Liverpool, and then he had no choice. But I don't care what anyone says. I think we were his first choice because you can't hide that smile.
No, you can't.
I'm absolutely delighted. It's brilliant, and I love that. But again, when I heard, I thought it can't be 4 years ago he lit the Euros up. It can't have been. It must have been 8. He must be about 30, and we're getting him for that cheap, and that's why. Fucking no, he's 26 years of age.
26, yeah.
I can't believe it. Like, I think it's mad that their fans, like what I've seen online, and I've seen Sky Sports News and that reporting on it saying the Juventus fans are up in arms, like devastated. They loved him. And, that's always a good thing when fans want the player to stay and it's a club decision to get rid of him. But, I think they've analysed his injuries and that, but he done his cruciate 2 years ago. He's played since. He's had a year of integrating himself back in, and then he's played. I think there's only 5 players in our squad who've played more games than him last season. So
played 33 or 38 Serie A games, and this is the thing I was saying yesterday. Like Van Dijk, you look at him when he come back from his ACL injury, and that first season he come back, everyone was going, he's not going to be back to the same level he was. Nobody thought he was going to do, just as I say, be back to that level. And then the season after, he was fantastic. And I think there's going to be a bit of that with Chiesa. Last season was his comeback season, in like you said, integrating himself back into playing footy and that. Now he's had a full season. He's obviously still going to get injuries. Footballers get injuries. It's just fucking one of them things. But now he's had that season back. He's ready to properly push on and show the world why, a few years ago he was getting talked about as £100 million player potentially.
I know I've even seen like fucking games with him with Ronaldo and that, and he doesn't look fucking much different. Like,
no.
He looked the part. He's looked a good player. I don't watch outside of Liverpool, as you know, but he's a player I've known for a while, like because that Euros, and we started getting linked to him. So you do watch videos and clips, and obviously you watch Champions League and European footy and see Juventus and that. So it's a fucking interesting signing, but it is risk free. But it's exciting because it was unexpected. It's a position we didn't think we were going to get anyone in. It's a position we could have done with a bit of backup because it's more. I think he'll play more on the right to cover Salah, and he'll rotate it all. But yeah, I think he's got a little bit of everything we want. But I've also seen like the journalists and that in Italy saying when he comes to Liverpool and he learns our way of not playing miserable defensive football, we'll get that player that we're going to be, because that's like he's having to fucking defend from the halfway line in every game and fucking press. You know what I mean? With us, hopefully, like if he's receiving the ball like Salah received the other day and Diaz received, it's going to be like a dream for him. So that's why he's licking his lips, lad, because he's excited because he's not going to have to defend it every minute of the game.
No, it's one of them. It the news broke and you're like, okay, this could be this interesting, and then as it's progressed in the speed, it's progressed, and you're seeing the pictures of him, and now that he's signed and all that, and you're hearing what he was saying, how he was playing, walk alone on the plane because he's seen Anfield, wanted to imagine himself walking out and like he's walking around the training ground, and the fact that like he's been willing enough to do his medical up to like 2:00 last night in the morning, 2:00 in the morning, and they've got the announcement out this fast. That for one tells me that there's something else in the pipeline for us. But just the eagerness that he wants to be here, we could see him on Sunday. I got more excited about it as it was progressing, lad. I'm genuinely buzzing with it, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic piece of business.
I am delighted because I think, as I say, it's always nice to sign a player, but it's always nice to sign a player when everyone knows, and you're taking them off another European giant for next to nothing, which is just brilliant. I was saying before, we're not really bullies in the market, but that's a bit contradictory because we've just gone and took one of their best players for a potential 12.5 mil, which is fucking our ass. Slag, innit? But fuck them. So hopefully we see the knee slide on Sunday, lad, and
fingers crossed.
He gets involved. He comes on, makes a little bit of magic happen. It'd be nice, but it's always nice to see players come in, and as I say, it's like it's come out of nowhere. And within a day, he's on a plane singing "Never Walk Alone." This bird loves it.
Yeah,
it's tidy.
I was waiting for that.
But even that, like the difference in the support from his missus, like straight away, this is what he wants to do. Off we go to Liverpool. It's great because you've got to leave everything behind, and it's a different culture and all that. But it's Liverpool. That's the difference. It's Liverpool, and unless you're absolutely brain dead like Zubimendi, you leave wherever you are to come and join Liverpool. So
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. As I say, it's an exciting signing. It really is, and as I say, for the price, you can't moan. I think he's got, even if it doesn't work out, which fingers crossed, touch wood, it will. If it doesn't, he's got enough of a name behind him that you can still sell him for double what we've paid for him anyway. You know what I mean? So it's a no-brainer.
I think it depends what you define working out. Like if we're going to expect him to come in and be like Mo Salah, then we're all fucking deluded. But if he comes in and gets like numbers like Nunes and like Diaz and that, where he contributes a lot, but fucking say for instance, Diaz probably only has a contribution every 3 or 4 games, doesn't he? Realistically, but again, we didn't pay the world for him. You see him involved in the game and doing his tricks and working his ass off, and that's enough for us. You don't have to be we're not one of them fan bases who you have to be scoring every week or setting up every week. If that was the case, Thiago would never get on the pitch because he never had any inclusions in anything. But he was that good to watch. So hopefully he's just one of them type of players where his numbers pick up and he makes a difference to the squad and the first team eventually. But yeah, we've just got to not put too much pressure on him. Hopefully he comes in and he becomes a little gem for very little money and the expectations are low.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're not, because everyone's buzzing. So it's already quite high. But again, it's defining what's high when you've paid 12.5 mil for someone.
Yeah. No, I think if he can, I'm expecting them to have a bit of a Shaqiri effect, and just be. But I don't know. I think he'll have a better impact than Shaqiri did. Shaqiri's become a cult hero. You know, he got his goal against Everton. He scored a couple against United. That cult hero status straight away. I think we all wish we'd have kept him a bit longer. But I think even towards the end with Shaqiri, he wasn't even getting in the squad, really, was he? So it made sense when we did sell him. But I think this is the first time we've got genuine backup for Salah. I think Shaqiri was never, ever going to get onto his level. And I think the only other one we've really had since then is Minamino, who, again, he come in and everyone loved him, but probably just wasn't quite at the right level for us at the time. Again, probably one we should have kept a little bit longer.
The speed. I think it's the speed and the physicality of it. Like Shaqiri didn't struggle with the physicality of it, but when he signed for us, he was getting a bit older, wasn't he? So he was never one of them rapid. He looked fast when he ran, but he weren't fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because he only got little legs.
Yeah, it was weird. He looked fast, but like this new lad is meant to be rapid, meant to be fast. He's meant to be good on the fit. Like the way we were playing footy the other day, a lot of his goals on the left hand side that I've seen were like a pass out to the left and then passing behind, and he's in.
Yeah,
and it's just dead simple, basic football that we'll be good at. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I reckon you're looking on probably from a player of that quality, you're looking 10 goals.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him, and as I say, hopefully we do get to see him for the first time on Sunday. It'd be nice for him to be included. Let's move away from transfers. Let's talk a little bit about the two draws that have happened the last 24 hours. We'll start with the simple one, Carabao Cup. Home draw
That's not
against...
even that simple anymore.
Well, it's only, I think it's only this season. I don't know what. It's because of UEFA. It's UEFA's fault. Everything's UEFA's fault. Blame UEFA. But yeah, anyway, so home against West Ham. You know, people are up in arms out the rigging it for the top six and this, that, and the other. It's like it's not just to avoid a fixture clash with the Champions League because the first round of games are split over 2 weeks, or something, and it's mental. But I think for the teams we could have got, we've probably still got the hardest draw that we could have physically got in and around. West Ham had a good window, brought some good players in. Always give us a lot of the time give us a decent game anyway. So it's not like we've been given, you know, a Everton or anything like that. We've been given a good team like West Ham. So if they never had these permutations with it, where they done the pre-draw to decide who was home and away for the Champions League and Europa League teams, and they never decided we couldn't get each other. If we'd have just drew West Ham, no one would be asked. You know what I mean? It's like it's still a tough game. Yeah,
I agree. I think that when I first seen it yesterday, I seen all the kickoff about it. I was like, it is absolutely pathetic that they've done that. And then I looked into why, and it's the clashes. If they didn't change that, we'd have had to do what we always do and play when there's like a break of some sort. We'd have had to fuck ourselves up. So why should we have to suffer? Because we're in another competition. So
it's mad, isn't it? You know, and people are saying, it's to favour the big six, but it's like, this season it's actually the big seven. So you'd all be in racist towards Newcastle. And apparently that's official now as well. Sky are like doing the big seven now. It's just going to increase every year. Be the big eight next season with Villa.
Should be the top two. End of. If you're not in the top two, you're not big. Get over it. If you fucking don't win, if you're not in the top two, forget last season. Get over it. Start again.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? But Villa shouldn't be punished for having a great season by having to play when they should be having a rest. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It is genuinely because UEFA wanted more games in the European competitions. So none of the teams in these European competitions had any say in what the EFL have done with the Carabao Cup or with what UEFA have done to the Champions League. They've just qualified for the competitions and they've gone, right, this is what's happening. They've gone, right, it's not.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do.
No.
If they wanted to ruin the integrity of the game and go, right, if you're in the Champions League, you can't take part in the Carabao Cup anymore, then yeah, you will get loads of little clubs getting further in it. But look at the last 10 winners, lad. That doesn't mean anyone out the top 4.
No.
I think Liverpool, City,
United, Chelsea.
Yeah, it's been us, being the top teams over and over again. That's been for the last 10 years. That's been since I can remember. So letting you get a little bit further and then get your ass kicked in the semi-final makes no difference. Just go out earlier, get over it.
And the thing is, as someone said, and I don't think it's quite the same thing, but I think it's a valid point. Nobody's ever batted an eyelid that the teams in European competitions get an earlier, get to enter the competition at a later round. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's fine with that. It's just something else to moan about it. Obviously, because us big 6 or big fucking 7, 12, however many days now, we're all corrupt, obviously. So
I can't tell.
Yeah, that's what we are. Or is it the Sly 6? I know, you're disappearing. Here we go. He's visible again.
What's happening?
So yeah, anyway, still a tough draw. I'm happy with it though. West Ham at home, always a good game. Should be decent. Champions League draw on the other hand is a mad one. It's weird. I look at the team, so I'll go through them. Obviously, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Milan, Leverkusen, Lille, PSV, Bologna, and Girona. So it's mad. I look at them on paper and I reel the names off, and I think 7 out of 8 wins we can get quite easily there. The only one that is a spanner in the works for me is Madrid. But realistically, I genuinely believe Leverkusen's obviously going to be a tough one. But I genuinely believe we can get at the very least 7 out of 8 wins out of that.
I think we can get 8 out of 8 wins. It just depends how serious we take it and how serious we take. I think where we'll slip up is we'll play a bit of a weaker team against one of the lesser teams away from home or something. I put a thing on Twitter before. Madrid deserve a fucking hiding off us. We have to fucking blame them for everything. Fucking go with them. Leverkusen, we'll show Alonso what he's missing because he had an opportunity to manage us, and Arnie Slaughter wanted absolutely batter PSV. So it'll be great. I think it'll be good. I think Lille, decent side, got decent amounts of money, not doing too bad. AC Milan, always a fucking, they're a giant in Europe, so it's always a good trip if it's, hopefully it's away. But yeah, and I think the others, who's the second in the first pot? Leipzig, is it?
Leipzig, yeah.
Yeah, Leipzig is safe. They're not really anything you bat an eye over. So it's a lot of people complained about the draw, saying, "Oh, it's fucking dead hard." That, but it's the Champions League.
I think it's tough, but I think it's winnable.
I don't like the layout. I think it's mad, but I think it's better that you've got to play top. We're playing 4 top teams there. 4 hard teams and a few no marks, but yeah, I think that. I think
to be fair, you know what, lad? You say 4 no marks, but then realistically, it's like you've got Girona, who just finished top 4 in Spain, which, unheard of, really. For you look at the top 4, you'd expect would be, Madrid, Barca, Atletico, and then maybe like a Sevilla or a Valencia or maybe even a Villarreal or something like that. And then Girona have just come out of nowhere and done spectacularly to get into Champions League for the first time ever. Bologna, again, it's a very similar story with them in Italy. Again, you normally you can pick your top 4 out of Italy straight away, you know what I mean? And they've come in and upset the apple cart a bit. So I don't think any of them are easy games, but I think they're all winnable, definitely. We've just got to, like you say, we've owed Madrid revenge for 7 years now. Like, we need to get it eventually. I'm
think
getting
we will.
bored of them now.
But I think realistically, I think it's going to be a case of it. I think if you win 4 or 5, I think you're going to finish in that top 8.
So, basically, the way I got, again, because I've kind of half experienced it on Footy Manager, realistically, if you get 9 points, guarantees you a playoff position. Anything above that, then it's sort of, you're looking at, I'd say like 12, you're looking at maybe getting into the top 8. That's what you want to do. You want to finish top 8. You want to avoid that playoff round because it's just an extra 2 fixtures that you don't really want to play. So top 8 is the goal. We want to win as many as possible. 7 out of 8 wins puts us possibly fucking first or second in the group stage, to be honest with you. So yeah, Madrid obviously is going to be the biggie, as I say, but Leipzig, I think we've beat them even when we were shit, in fairness. We've gone to Milan the last few times and done well there. Leverkusen, obviously, as I say, going to be tough. Xabi Alonso, don't know how to lose, except in the final of the Europa League last year. But even still, they've carried on this season the way they left off last season, scoring 90 plus fucking 10-minute winners and that. Lille, again, a difficult one. They always sort of, I don't know, they'll pop up with the odd league win here and there, won't they? Like, it's mad. Just out of nowhere.
When you bet on them, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, just like, you know, PSG will win fucking 6 leagues in a row and then Lille will go lens one of them.
We'll have one.
Yeah. And then
No, as I
PSV,
said,
it's tough but winnable.
PSV are a fucking good side. Very good side.
They always have been.
So we
91 points in the league last season as well.
They picked the league last year. So again, I think Slaughter want revenge on them. I think he'll love bringing them. Hopefully it's at Anfield. And fucking torture them, to be honest. But there's not one team there that I look at and go, oh, my nerves are shot. You know, there's a few tough groups there. I think it's a bit frustrating. Say we fucking won 8 out of 8. We pissed the league by 10 points, and then you've got to play to win the fucking cup anyway. It's a bit stupid. It's a bit stupid having the whole league. But it's different, isn't it? I think we'll see how it goes. See how it goes, and say it hasn't really got that buzz about it. I think it's different, but I think it's new in it, so we can just see how things work out. And it's lost that buzz a bit, but it'll come back once them first few games kick off and you're playing Madrid and that the buzz will fly in. And I think how it feels now because of the like lackluster draw and it was automatic and it was just a little bit shit in general. I think it has lost its buzz a bit, but I think once you're lining up against AC Milan and Madrid in the early stages and your PSVs and that, I think it's going to be exciting. There's no 2 ways about it. You can't not get excited about it. And the fact, can you play? If we play Real Madrid, obviously if we play Real Madrid in our league game, we could end up playing them in the final, couldn't we, again?
Yeah, so I don't know exactly how the seeding will work, but yeah, we obviously, unless we end up on the same side of the draw as them, so we could meet them.
That, won't they?
Yeah, I'd imagine, but I think we can still meet them in like the quarters or the semis. But obviously, if we avoid them there, they'll be on the other side, and then we could play them in the final.
Yeah, so we beat them at Anfield, and then we'll beat them wherever the final is. That's sound. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll take that. You make it sound so easy.
Do you know what Europe though? Especially like I've said to you before about the ULA and the Rafa thing, the way he's just straight into business, and I've just got a feeling about him. I've just got a feeling that this year something's going to happen, and I think we'll be dressing our houses in red come May. I really do.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Well, look, we are going to need to finish this soon, but the big one on Sunday. I feel like we do this all the time. It gets bigged up as the biggest game of the season and just the biggest game, and then it kind of fizzles out a lot of the time, doesn't it? Like Sky are the worst for it. But United away, first massive test for Arne Slot, first massive test for this squad, the way we're playing and our new system. The ball Dutch derby. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. But I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know why I think I'm so confident about it, but I just think we blow them away.
I feel the same, lad. I think I think they're going to be better this year than they have been. I think they're going to progress a little bit. I think they're going to push for that top four and put pressure on the top four themselves and have a good goal. I think they've got in spells of their play, they look like United, and then in spells they just look like fucking Stoke. It's mad how they're like a schizophrenic footy team. They're crazy. They just all switch off at one point. But this hasn't felt like a really big game for years now. But I feel like they're on their way back a bit, and because we're not at the very top, and we're in our way back to trying to get to the top. I think it does feel bigger for me, and I feel like it's going to be a test for both managers and both sets of fans. You know, we both brought new players in. Our squad, obviously including last year, is practically new. You know, new midfield. We're just we're still bedding together. We're still in a transition, and he's trying to do the same there. So, yeah, I hope it's you go into the game, you look at the videos of the Roy Keanes and the Gerrards, and you know all the scraps, the Nevilles, the Carragers, and you know it's not going to be like that because footy's not like that anymore. So it kills it a bit for me. But hopefully there's a bit of a fucking scuffle somewhere, a few cards, a few nasty tackles, and we just outplay them. It'd be lovely.
Yeah,
I don't know where it's going to go, to be honest, because we haven't really been tested defensively. You know, Ipswich got in a few times against us and made us look a little bit vulnerable. But since that second half, we've been on it. So hopefully we switch straight into gear. We go straight at them and we like punish them early on.
Yeah, I mean, they're a weird one. Obviously, they started off the win against Fulham. Didn't think they looked convincing at all. In that game, I thought they were very poor, in all honesty. And then obviously played Brighton last weekend, last minute winner for Brighton, which was nice. Always love to see it. But I don't know. I look at them and I just think, like, I don't think the signings are really fantastic. You know, you've got Xerxes up front, who scored one goal with his fucking toe, and everyone was he was getting compared to fucking Roberto Firmino, which was disgusting. Stop it right now. And then who else? They bought Mazraoui for like 11 million at right back to replace Wan-Bissaka. Bayern Munich were desperate to sell him. Like I think he didn't play very often for them, put it that way. De Ligt, again, another one. They bought him for big money and sold to United at a loss. Who is one of them, should have set the world alight after his spell at Ajax under Ten Hag. Hasn't happened for him. Hasn't moved on at all. And then Yoro obviously got injured straight away and is out for 3 months. Yeah, this Ugarte that they're getting from PSV, you know, PSG rather, sorry, bought him for big money last season, selling them straight away. It's like the good name signings, but I don't think the good signings are for the football and abilities. I genuinely don't think they improve United that much. Remains to be seen, of course, but I don't see them as massive improvements. I don't think they've necessarily improved on what they had. I think I said it last time, or I've said it before anyway. Like Wan-Bissaka, obviously what he offered defensively was fantastic. He was a great defender, but didn't really offer it going forward. Mazraoui, I don't think is really great going forward or back. He's just okay, you know what I mean? It's a weird one, but I don't know. They always find a way to turn up against us, especially under Ten Hag, minus the 7-0, obviously. But the last few games haven't obviously gone our way against them. So again, we owe them a little bit for last season, especially at Old Trafford. But it's going to be a tough game. It always is. But yeah, as I say, I don't know. I just feel like we're going to blow them away a little bit and be too much for them.
It's like their cup final, lad. It's mad because we do get a bit cocky and go, oh, it's only United and they've been shit for years and we've won this and won that since they've won anything and all that. But I feel like they get G'd up a little bit more than us, I think. All their players, they feel a little bit up. They look like, even in the games we've won, they often start off like where they're ready for it and then we just, I think, outclassed them. But at the last season, they were the fucking start of our downfall. So I hope that gets mentioned in our dressing room and we absolutely fucking obliterate them. But as I say, you've got players, the likes of Rashford's and that, they just turn up in these type of games. He mightn't turn up for 10 games on the bounce, and then against Liverpool, he wants to be the best player in the world. So I think we've got it'd be nice to just see a fucking good hard tackle early on, get our fans fucking bouncing and shut them up, and then go at them. But I think if we play how we've been playing, even if they do what they've done in the past, where they just sit in and let us have the ball, I think eventually one of their players is going to get fed up and make the mistake of stepping out of line, and we'll get in behind. So I think if we can get an early goal, I think we can batter them. But
yeah,
I think if we just keep riding our luck and be patient and be patient and be patient, that's when they become dangerous, because we'll start forcing it. We never want to go there and draw. So it's one of them games, lad. I hope it's as good as it should be, and I hope it's a 3 points for the Reds.
Yeah. It's, as I say, it gets bigged up all the time. We do it, Sky do it, and then a lot of the time it fizzles out, and you get a 0-0 out of it, or a boredom 1-1 or something like that, and it just never lives up to the expectations. So I hope overall it's just a great game, and yeah, we end up with 3 points and a few goals to go along with it. Little Chiesa cameo at the end, him getting on the score sheet would be the icing on the cake. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The way we started the season, we've got no reason not to be positive and optimistic going into the game, despite, forget last season. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, they should mention it in the dressing room and things like that. But I think for us as fans, we need to forget about last season there. But yeah, it's the biggest game, isn't it, of the season? It's the biggest game in England, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, it still is the biggest game, lads, and safe form does go out the window. They could be fucking bottom of the league, or we could, and you'd still want them to want to see them fight. And it's a geographical thing. We hate them, they hate us in banter terms, if you want. But I think it's I just think it's going to be set up for a good one. I think it's as you said before, the Dutch Baldy derby. I think it's got a lot riding on it, and I think it is. It could be us drowning them and going, no, you're nowhere near us. You're still nowhere near us. You've Man United fans are mocking our signings and our business, and they think they're back. That's the problem with social media. The people who probably go to games are probably like fucking nervous wrecks against us, but the ones on social media will be like, we're just a banter thing, innit? We'll smash it to our new players. It'd be nice to shut all them up. And yeah, I'm 100% confident. I am confident. I just think it's going to be a test. It's going to be hard. And I think it could be a case of us letting them know that we're still above them. And fingers crossed. That's the way it pans out, like. As far as we'll sound fucking stupid.
I know, yeah. That hasn't happened ever, though. We never sound stupid. So yeah, no, should be a good game. As I say, it's been a mad week for Liverpool, so a bit of calm to finish the week. Nice calm performance. Little 3-0 over United. Go a long way.
Just about to say prediction.
Go on, what's yours then? I bet you, man.
I'm gonna go 3-0 because I think we'll score early in my dream world. We'll score early. They'll have to entertain their crowd. Their crowd will get on the back because they lost last week. They'll have to come at us. We'll get them again, and then we'll get them again the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
The Italian stand.
Just want to apologise to Kevin in advance for giving predictions out, because I know you'd absolutely hate it when we do that. So apologies. So yeah, look, we're gonna wrap it up there, because obviously we've been going over an hour today. So I said there was a lot to talk about. You should have expected that's on you this time. But before we do go, tomorrow, so Friday the 30th, we're going to be dropping on the YouTube channel. Been wondering how to describe it really, and the best way I can think is we're going to be dropping a feature presentation on the YouTube channel on Friday the 30th. So keep an eye out for it. It's something we've put a lot of work into, a lot of time and effort. Been working on it since the end of the season, really, the end of last season. And I just, hopefully you all love it and fucking just enjoy it as much as we enjoyed putting it together, and we enjoyed just seeing it all come together. So I'm not going to reveal too much more about it now. I want it to be a nice little surprise for everyone on the 30th. So yeah, get over to our YouTube.
You
You
might
are.
clap when you watch it.
You might definitely, absolutely, 100% cry. But they'll be happy tears at the same time. So yeah, look out for that. Get over to our YouTube channel on the 30th. And it should be nice fun for you. I'll what it is, I'll pin it to the channel. So as soon as you go on the channel, it'll be the very first thing you see. So yeah, looking forward to dropping that tomorrow. And until then, we're gonna batter United on Sunday. The Champions League's back. The Carabao Cup's back. The Reds have got new signings. It's all fucking looking great. And until
Oasis
next
are
time,
back.
I weren't too asked about that. I'll be honest. Like, I like Oasis, but like not as. I weren't clamouring for them to return. I'll be honest.
Being a dream, being a dream, but I can start playing them. I'm gonna hate them because I'm Man City. Okay.
So yeah, if you do listen to this after Saturday, commiserations to everybody who does miss out on Oasis tickets, because there's going to be fucking thousands of you.
Don't laugh because I'll get upset.
Just remember, Liverpool are going to beat United the next day, so don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, until next time. Look, thanks everyone for sticking with us. It's been a long one, but yeah, until next time, up the fucking Reds.
Up the Reds.